Now on WRDE Coast TV.
The rain and storms are gone, but we may be dealing with smoky skies today. We have an air quality alert because of smoke from Canadian wildfires. I'll have an update on that, plus your forecast headed into the weekend and holiday coming up.
Research on the state of 2 lakes, how a management plan could make a big impact in some coastal communities.
Dredging continues on the Delmarva coast when dredging in Ocean City will start and the effect it has on the town's economy. A potential lightning strike hits a fan favorite restaurant, the damage and plans for reopening. Placing sanctions on the military force that rose up against the Kremlin over the weekend. What we now know.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, June 28th. We're making it through the week. I'm Paige Marley. Matt Pensick has the morning off. Bob mentioned just a minute ago, there are some warnings to tell you about weather-wise. So we'll send it over to First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey now. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Paige. Nothing severe. The rain and storms are gone. It's the air quality. Once again, we're dealing with smoke from Canadian wildfires. We have an air quality warning until midnight for Sussex County and surrounding counties as well. Now, the skies are beginning to clear out. The storms that we had last night are moving out to sea along with the cold front, and we're seeing a northwest flow behind low pressure. Anytime we get that, we've got the Canadian wildfires that's going to tug down some of that smoke. Otherwise, we are seeing mostly sunny skies as we go through the day. Temperatures beginning in the mid to upper 60s, and you can see those winds now starting to come out of the northwest. So as we go through the morning, mostly clear, but that sky might take on that hazy, smoky complexion through the day. Temperatures a little cooler and the humidity a little lower, low to mid 80s inland, 70s and 80s along the beaches, and we're looking good into the evening as well. If you have respiratory problems, stay inside today. Otherwise, a good-looking day, temperatures into the 80s. I'll have much more on your work week and weekend forecast coming up.
Bob, thank you so much. Just hours from now, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers will update people like you on its findings on a draft lake management plan. This is for Silver Lake and Lake Comanches. This plan is part of a long-time effort in Sussex County to better manage lakes and the communities surrounding them. Coast TV News' Heidi Kirk is live now in Rehoboth Beach. Heidi, these lakes come with some problem areas.
Good morning, Paige and Bob. I am here at Silver Lake in Rehoboth Beach, which is just one of the lakes that have been the focus of this study by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. I want you to take a look now at your screens at some drone footage that we shot yesterday over Silver Lake and Lake Comanches. As you can see, there's quite a few homes around this area, and the people who live over here know the issues all too well. The U.S. Army Corps told me that they deal with flooding, droughts, bad water quality at these 2 lakes, which is exactly what is led to these ongoing studies by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Now, of course, Paige, I have to add these studies are preliminary. So today at a town hall, they're going to discuss their findings and then they're going to move forward with solutions eventually. But that's going to be off into the future. Paige?
And Heidi, there's a town hall today. It's open to the public to learn more about this plan.
Absolutely, Paige, and you're going to see me refer to my notes because it's a lot of information here, but I do want to break down that schedule for you. The open house is this morning at the Convention Center at the city of Rehoboth Beach, and of course, there first will be an open house from 9 to 9:30, and then from 9:30 to 9:50, there will be a presentation by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and after that eventual presentation from 9:50 to 10:30, there will be a Q&A session. So the U.S. Army Corps does say if you want to attend any of this, it's important to come get your feedback and understand what could eventually happen at one of these lakes behind me. Back to you.
Heidi, thank you so much for keeping us updated. New this morning, the Delaware House of Representatives passed a bill surrounding open containers. Representative Brian Shoup is a co-sponsor of this bill. House Bill 119 would ban open containers of alcoholic beverages in motor vehicles. Anyone in violation of the potential law would receive a civil penalty. However, that violation would not appear on the person's driving record. House Bill 119 now heads to the Senate. Also new this morning, Delaware Senate voted to pass a bill requiring the purchase of more electric school buses. House Bill 10, part of a push to reduce the carbon emissions in the first state. It was exactly a week ago when this bill was passed by the House. One requirement under the bill states the Department of Education will have to submit an annual report detailing how electric buses were implemented. House Bill 10 now waits for action from Governor Carney. Delaware State House and Senate passing a new budget, and Governor John Carney is sharing his thoughts, saying in part, quote, "We are raising salaries for teachers, getting more resources in our highest needs classrooms, investing in affordable housing, and continuing to save for more difficult years," end quote. So here's some of the key information regarding that budget. It's an increase of more than $500 million. 8 Delaware lawmakers voted against this budget, including 4 from Sussex County. And those legislators are asking the state to consider creating tools to limit spending due to factors like inflation and population growth. A dredging project coming to the Ocean City Inlet, according to the Army Corps of Engineers. Dredgers starting either July 2nd or July 3rd. Dredging is expected to be complete by July 13th. Town manager Terry McGeehan says dredging will remove sand from the inlet and into Assateague Island. He says there's too much sand in the inlet, which can prevent boaters and fishing fleets from doing their jobs, in turn negatively affecting the local economy.
So one of the things an inlet also does is it will starve a downdrift beach of sand. So that all that sand that's washing into our inlet or blowing out onto what we call the ebb shoal, if the inlet wasn't there, would have naturally gone down to Assateague Island.
And McGeehan says the goal is to make the inlet channel depth about 10 feet deep. A possible lightning strike from storms caused one popular Ocean City restaurant to catch fire. The fire happened at Smoker's Barbecue Pit on Stephen Decatur Highway. While the restaurant said in a Facebook post the cause of the fire was a lightning strike, the fire marshal's office is saying the exact cause is still under investigation. Neighbors saying they're just grateful the entire building didn't come down.
Really glad to see that the building hasn't been totally destroyed. I hope they can get it fixed and get it running again.
And there's no clear date just yet for when the restaurant will open its doors again. The U.S. placing sanctions on the military force that rose up against the Kremlin over the weekend. Those sanctions were imposed on 4 companies accused of being connected to the Wagner Group and its leader. The U.S. says the companies engaged in illicit gold dealings to fund the mercenary force. Wagner Group did not immediately respond to the U.S. allegations. The U.S. State Department, ahead of the announcement, said that the action against Wagner was unrelated to the aborted mutiny last weekend. Wagner has grown into a sprawling international business with mining interests and fighters in Africa and the Middle East. President Biden and the Republican presidential candidates ramping up campaign events this week. The GOP contenders try to stay on message. The front-runners' legal problems continue to loom large over that race. NBC News has obtained leaked audio recordings of former President Trump talking about a document he called highly confidential. NBC's Bree Jackson shows us the latest in the race for the White House.
Former President Trump blasting the leaked audio recording of him discussing a classified document he kept after leaving office.
What was said was absolutely fine and very, very perfectly. We did nothing wrong. This is a whole hoax.
In the recording obtained by NBC News, Trump is heard talking about what appears to be a sensitive military document, even acknowledging he did not declassify it when he was president.
It is like highly confidential, secret. This is secret information.
The former president was indicted on 37 criminal counts related to his handling of classified documents. He claims the federal case has done more to help, not hurt, his 2024 presidential bid.
This wasn't in the playbook, but because the public is really smart, my numbers went up.
A recent NBC News poll shows Mr. Trump remains the front-runner among Republican candidates, some of whom are working to separate themselves from his policies and legal issues.
President Trump was almost singularly focused on our trade relationship with China. He was right about our trade abuses. It was and still is a critical issue. But Trump did too little about the rest of the Chinese threat.
If this election is about Biden's failures and our vision for the future, we are going to win. If it's about relitigating things that happened 2-3 years ago, we're going to lose.
President Biden is ramping up his re-election bid, holding multiple fundraisers this week. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And today, President Biden will travel to Chicago and highlight his economic vision for the future. We still have a lot more news to get to this morning on Coast TV News Today. Still ahead, at least 2 Republican candidates for presidency think the country should revoke birthright citizenship. How one local Sussex County woman says that move would impact the immigrants who live in our area. And Rehoboth roundabout concerns why some people think the traffic circle is a safety issue. But first, paving paused, why crews on Route 90 have taken a break on that project. That and more when Coast TV News Today continues.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, get a taste of award-winning barbecue from the new Downtown Blues. And we explore the world of Delmarva Sports Network. Plus, dive into the vibrant world of the upcoming Barbie movie. Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
It's always a beautiful day for learning at Shells.
Experience the best early childhood preparation for social and academic success. Shells promotes diversity and integration in a healthy learning environment provided by experienced and loving teachers. At Shells, your child will experience the joy of learning lessons from music, art, Spanish, and baby sign language, skills that'll last a lifetime. Because where you start the journey can make all the difference. Schedule a tour at one of our 4 locations and ask about our immediate openings in Milton.
Bring your blankets and lawn chairs to Red, White, and Boom. A free community fireworks celebration at James M. Bennett High in Salisbury. Enjoy food vendors, entertainment for the entire family, and of course, one of Delmarva's most spectacular fireworks shows. Fireworks begin at 9:15. And listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 for a special presentation during the fireworks display. For more information, go to coastcountry.com.
Welcome to the Ride Home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day, you pick the songs on the High Five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about. So let me handle the ride home, weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
Exactly 5:13 on this Wednesday morning. Already seeing some hazy, perhaps smoky conditions on our Tyndall's Furniture Cam, 66 in Laurel. And that is the hazard for today. If you have respiratory problems, stay inside. We do have an air quality warning all day. Now, the skies are clearing out. The front that gave us the showers and storms last night continues to push offshore, but the flow is coming out of the northwest, and that's tugging some of that smoke in from Canada. Temperatures into the mid to upper 60s. Your drivecast looking good out the door. Green light, mostly sunny and mild. Will be a little hazy out there. That'll cut the visibility a little bit. And then mostly sunny and warm heading home from work, and temperatures into the 80s.
Thank you so much, Bob. And yeah, we're going to reiterate, today is a code orange day, air quality in Delaware. That's according to the Delaware Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control. So again, the agency says air quality concern caused by Canadian wildfire smoke. We're kind of getting used to hearing that. The air is unhealthy for sensitive groups. Conditions are expected to improve by Friday. Paving work on Route 90 has temporarily stopped. The Maryland Department of Transportation says this is all due to bad weather. Work is expected to start back up Monday, July 10th, and hopefully be complete by Friday, July 14th. We have some good news for inflation this 4th of July. Yeah, you heard that right. The Independence Day cookout is going to be a bit more affordable than it was last year. According to a survey from the American Farm Bureau Federation, families can expect to pay $67.73 for a 10-person cookout. That's down 3% from last year's record high. Last year's average July 4th barbecue was $69.68, while it's nearly $2 less this year, still the second highest on record. As Ford shifts to producing more electric vehicles, the automaker expects to lay off a number of workers, mostly engineers in North America, over the next coming days. Ford would not confirm any specific number of employees involved. The company has previously said it's also hiring in some areas, so it's unclear if those layoffs will result in an overall reduction. The cuts are also part of the 2021 Ford Plus plan, which includes cost reductions. Ford executives said in March the company will lose $3 billion this year on sales of electric vehicles, but they still expect to meet profit targets of $9 to $11 billion for the year. Still ahead this morning, a roundabout in Rehoboth Beach causing concern to some locals, why a traffic circle has some people there fed up.
The rain and storms are gone, but we could be dealing with smoky skies once again with poor air quality. I'll have more on that, plus how the weekend is shaping up after the break on Coast TV News.
Calling all local businesses. This fall, it's time to shine at Draper Media's Shore Living Expo, a free event for visitors. Join us Saturday, September 30th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center, presented by Spicer Brothers and Pohanka of Salisbury. Extend your reach, showcase your products, and build relationships that matter. The Shore Living Expo, where you can shine as we celebrate health, wealth, and home. Sign up to be a vendor today. Visit WBOCEvents.com.
First Alert Weather is our promise to be the first to tell you when big changes are coming in your weather forecast.
Whether it's day-to-day weather that changes your plans,
or severe weather that could change your life,
the First Alert Weather team will call for First Alert Weather Days.
Here on TV and all of your devices.
It's our commitment to give you the most accurate forecast.
The WRDE First Alert Weather team. That's our promise to you.
Next on Into the Trenches.
Malik is going to Morgan.
They prepared us good. They prepared us real good. Feeling confident in my ability to do what I got to do.
I'm 100% on the field every day, so that's why I hope they learn from me.
Yo, I just want to say thank you to Ohio, though, man. They gave us the best coaching experience you're going to ever gonna get.
I'm going to get straight to it. Tell you guys the main reason why we're here today.
I can't get enough of your love. I can't get enough of your love.
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7. Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
It is 5:18 this morning. You're taking a live look now at Ocean City on our Gateway Subaru camera. Whoa, people there already busy this morning on the beach. But you know, Bob, I thought we were done with this haze from Canada, but it's back again.
No such luck, Paige. You know, the fires are just still raging in Canada, so any opportunity for that smoke to come into the U.S., it will on a northwest flow, and that's what we have right now behind a cold front. Make sure you scan the QR code, the lower left part of your screen. That will get you to the WRDE weather app, and for about the fifth or sixth time this year so far, we have an air quality warning for Sussex County and surrounding counties as well. It is a code orange because of that smoke from Canadian wildfires. Now, the regular weather, the skies are clearing out. We had those showers and storms last night, and some of them were pretty noisy with a lot of heavy rain as well. But now that front is pushing offshore, and we have low pressure to our north. So the flow around that low is coming out of the northwest, and that's tugging in some of that smoke from Canada. So it's a code orange. That means it's unhealthy for some. Those that have respiratory problems, it's best just to stay inside in the filtered air. Now, here's future smoke. It's not so bad as we go through the morning hours, but look at this. We start getting into this green and yellow, and that's kind of the moderate area as we go through today and into tonight and tomorrow. This is not as severe as previous bouts of smoke that we had, and then I think it does improve as we go into Thursday and Friday. We're on the low side of the smoke at that time. As far as temperatures now, we're looking at middle 60s out the door, so it will be comfortable, and it's going to be more comfortable today. A tad cooler, lower humidity with a northwest wind, and here's Futurecast Aside from the hazy skies and smoky conditions, by noon, lower 80s inland, 70s and 80s along the beaches. It will be a few degrees cooler today than it was yesterday. Overnight into tomorrow morning, looking pleasant, mainly clear skies, temperatures into the 60s. And Thursday, much like today, pretty comfortable with temperatures into the middle 80s inland areas. 76 Bethany Beach, a little cooler along the beaches naturally as the Atlantic Ocean is a little cooler. And we have those northwesterly winds for today, gusting over 20 miles per hour at times with a bit of a sea breeze along the coast. And as we go into Thursday, those winds still stay out of the northwest early, but then as we go into Thursday evening, they shift to the south, and that will increase the moisture. Our muggy meter, we're in the comfortable zone for a little while, Thursday into a part of Friday, and then we get into the humid conditions again by this weekend. Your Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 84 today, mostly sunny, upper 80s Thursday and Friday, a few more clouds Friday. And for the weekend, some hit and miss showers and storms won't wash away your plans. 86 Saturday, 90 Sunday. And then looking ahead to the 4th, right now, a few isolated storms won't wash away your barbecue or festivities. 89 degrees. We have an umbrella winner today. It is Gene Tucker from Del Mar. Congratulations, Gene, on your brand new umbrella, courtesy of Coast TV and Paul Davis.
Bob, thank you so much. A reminder, you can hear WRDE news and weather updates throughout the day on our family of radio stations right there on your screen. Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3, 93.5 The Beach, and on Big 107.7. The IRS is piloting a tool next year that could help you file your taxes for free. Senator Tom Carper's office says he and 99 other Democratic lawmakers support the continued development of the tool to make taxes free and easy to file. Lawmakers say the average American spends 8 hours and $140 every year to file their taxes. The tool aims to save Americans from spending that $140 and to help provide low-income taxpayers the opportunity to claim thousands of dollars in benefits. The goal is for the tool to be available to taxpayers in 2024. The Rehoboth Beach roundabout has heads spinning in more ways than one. Some say it's a headache and a safety hazard. The city says the circle was evaluated again in 2019 and deemed safe. One woman who works nearby says it's a risk for drivers and pedestrians.
It's really scary. People fly by and they're going like 40 miles an hour and they're not looking left or right. And, you know, there's some people that are not also paying attention to the cars as well.
The police chief says that this portion of Rehoboth Avenue is set to be repaved in the near future. With that could be an opportunity to move crosswalks further away from the circle to improve pedestrian safety. After the break this morning, 2 Republican candidates for president think the country should be done with birthright citizenship. The impact that could have on immigrants in the area, that's according to one Sussex County woman.
Allergies aren't fun for anyone, especially when they work their way into your home. But professional air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer can dramatically improve indoor air quality and significantly reduce indoor allergens. Installing our whole home purification system Restore will even help prevent the spread of airborne viruses and bacteria. If you want to significantly reduce allergy triggers in your home, call or go online to book a free inspection today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Coast TV, winner of AP's Outstanding News Operation. Coverage on the road, in your community, and along the coast. The WRDE IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night, from breaking news to weather in your town.
We are now just north of Dublin Hill, and as you can see, if you take a look here outside, the rain is starting.
The WRDE IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on. The men and women working hard to make sure the games are fair. The unsung heroes of all sports. Thank you to all of the officials on Delmarva. Thank you for your positive impact on young athletes. Your service does not go unnoticed. If you're interested in becoming a sports official on Delmarva, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com/officials for more information.
Solo Cup Saturday night with me, Jared, Saturdays at 7 on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3.
Whether you live at the beach, travel to the beach, or want to know what's going on at the beach, get the WRDE News app. The latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Download the WRDE News app on your Apple or Android devices. Just search WRDE Coast TV. The WRDE Coast TV News app. Coverage you can count on.
At least 2 Republican candidates for presidency say they want to get rid of the birthright citizenship. One local woman is on the other side. Coast TV and Telemundo Del Marva's Ana Sofia Roman shows us what is at the forefront of the issue and what it means for immigrants who live in our area.
Birthright citizenship is a policy under which children of undocumented immigrants who were born in the U.S. automatically become U.S. citizens. Former President Donald Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis have vowed to end it if they are elected in 2024. For Carmela Morales, who arrived in the U.S. from Guatemala in 1992, and had 4 out of her 5 daughters here, the idea of the citizenship going away is unreasonable.
For me, that idea is not right because it's not fair more than anything because they were born in this country and by law, they have more than anything else, Social Security.
Morales says a potential disappearance of the birthright citizenship will change kids' lives for the worse.
Well, more than anything, their futures, because here there are many opportunities for them to get ahead, study, and pursue a career.
Some may have the desire to move on.
But if they don't have citizenship, not because they cover them up.
I'm Ana Sofia Roman in Louis, Coast TV News.
A poll from The Economist and YouGov released at the beginning of this month show that 60% of U.S. adults surveyed said the country should continue to provide citizenship to all who are born here, regardless of their parents' status. Only a quarter said the country should not continue it. 15% said they were not sure. As we head to weather now, it's going to be a warm, hot summer day. Bob, a good day to maybe walk on the boardwalk?
I would think so, but just be careful out there. As we talked about earlier, Paige, we have the air quality warning in effect, code orange. If you suffer from respiratory problems, it's just best to stay inside in filtered air. We do have skies clearing now. The storms we had last night are moving offshore, but it's the flow around low pressure that's coming out of the northwest, and that will bring in some of that smoke. We're seeing temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, and here is your melting forecast. I don't know about you, Paige, but I love some ice cream. I like chocolate. And today you're going to want to eat it fast because it's going to be warm out there, 84 warm, but at least the humidity will be a little lower.
All right, sounds good. Chocolate ice cream for the win, Bob. More to come this morning. Dredging finally reaching Ocean City when this project is planned to start. And we have 2 new bills to tell you about that were passed yesterday, how these could impact you and your children's daily lives. But first, later today, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers giving a draft on lake management plans, how this plan may be the saving grace the lakes need.
Coast Country Cares and Spicer Brothers are proud to partner with the Benedictine School for the Chrome City fundraiser to benefit individuals with disabilities. Fire up your street rod, custom car, or motorcycle and take a ride to Benedictine's campus in Ridgely on Sunday, July 30th. Tickets are just $35 and include lunch and an official ride shirt. Entertainment provided and trophies awarded. For registration and rally locations, go to benschool.org. Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers.
Can we skip to the good part?
This looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me. And I know when that hotline blink. Got my mind on your body and your body on my mind. Can't touch this.
Sunkissed Summer Mixtape on 102.5 WBOC.
Brought to you by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Bring your blankets and lawn chairs to Red, White, and Boom. A free community fireworks celebration at James M. Bennett High in Salisbury. Enjoy food vendors, entertainment for the entire family, and of course, one of Delmarva's most spectacular fireworks shows. Fireworks begin at 9:15. And listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 for a special presentation during the fireworks display. For more information, go to coastcountry.com.
Delmarva's rock station for 35 years. 93.5 The Beach.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
Good morning. It is 5:30. Thank you for joining us as we continue this morning. I'm Paige Marley. As we kick this half hour off with weather, we're giving you a heads up. There is a warning in place, so we'll send it over to First Alert meteorologist Bob Chahi. He joins us now. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Paige. And we've seen this warning for about, 5-6 times this year already. So we're getting used to this. It's an air quality warning again for smoke from Canadian wildfires. It's a code orange, so you want to be careful out there. We're seeing clouds beginning to move off. We had those showers and thunderstorms last night, and they continue to move away. It's the flow around low pressure coming out of the northwest, pulling in some of that smoke from Canada. Otherwise, we're looking at mainly clear skies for today. 69 in Georgetown, Milton 65, Rehoboth Beach 67 out the door for you. And you can see that flow now out of the west-northwest. And that's a drier flow, lower humidity, and temperatures just a hair cooler today. Lower 80s at noon, mid-80s by afternoon, inland 70s and 80s along the beaches. As far as your checklist for today, don't need the rain gear. Stay hydrated. It's going to be warm by the pool. That's where I'm going to be later on. Sunglasses and sunscreen for sure with all the sunshine, Paige.
Sounds great, Bob. Thank you so much. New this morning, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers will update people like you on its findings on a draft lakes management plan for Silver Lakes and Lake Comanches. And the plan is part of a long-time effort in Sussex County to better manage the lakes and the communities that surround them. Coast TV News' Heidi Kirk is live now in Rehoboth Beach. Heidi, the U.S. Army Corps says these findings are preliminary.
Paige, if you live around this area by Silver Lake or Lake Comanches, you're all too familiar with some of the issues in this area. I want you to take a look right now at your screens. You're going to see some footage that we shot yesterday with our drone around those two lakes. As you can see, there's quite a few homes in this area, and the people who live here constantly deal with things like drought, flooding, water quality issues, shoreline issues, the list goes on and on. And that's exactly where this draft lakes management plan by the U.S. Army Corps comes in to talk about solutions. Now, I spoke with someone from the U.S. Army Corps, and what he told me is that this is extremely important.
It really looks at different things and existing conditions at the lakes, how things are managed, the lake water levels, the riparian areas between private property and the lakes, and to basically document the existing conditions and also to make potential recommendations about how things are managed.
Now, when I spoke with the U.S. Army Corps, they also told me that these findings are very preliminary and solutions will come into the future, but we will continue to keep you updated with that. Now, of course, we told you earlier, Paige, about that town hall that is taking place today here in Rehoboth Beach, and we have all of those details on our website, WRDE.com. Back to you.
Heidi, thank you so much. The Army Corps of Engineers also conducting a dredging project in Ocean City soon. Coast TV's Britt Leone takes us to Ocean City to learn why dredging of the inlet there is important for more than one reason.
Bustling with boats. The Ocean City Inlet Channel always has a lot going on, but that can't happen if the Army Corps of Engineers doesn't keep up with dredging.
It's a pretty treacherous inlet.
Coastal consultant Tony Pratt knows just how many people this project really impacts.
So the boaters can, and the yachts and the fishing boats and the commercial fleet that comes in and out can really go safely in and out of that inlet.
Starting next week, the Army Corps of Engineers will be conducting their latest dredging efforts. Crews will transport sand from the inlet to Assateague Island to make for deeper waters, about 10 feet deep, ensuring boats have enough clearance. And as a side benefit, City Manager Terry McGeehan says it will help ensure Assateague Island gets some much-needed replenishment.
So that all that sand that's washing into our inlet or blowing out onto what we call the ebb shoal, if the inlet wasn't there, would have naturally gone down to Assateague Island. So what that dredge does is it takes that material and actually then transports it down to Assateague and dumps it offshore of Assateague so that it can actually replenish the beaches on Assateague Island. So it's sort of artificially restoring what would have been naturally occurring if the inlet wasn't there.
The Army Corps says crews plan to remove between 30,000 to 40,000 cubic yards of sediment during the project.
The Army Corps says crews will be back in August to do more dredging.
I'm Britt Leone in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
And the Army Corps will begin replenishment either July 2nd or the 3rd. It's expected to run through July 13th before the project is finished. New this morning, the Delaware Senate voted to pass a bill requiring the purchase of more electric school buses. House Bill 10 is part of a push to reduce the carbon emissions in the first state. It was exactly a week ago when this bill was passed by the House. One requirement under the bill states that the Department of Education will have to submit an annual report detailing how electric buses were implemented. House Bill 10 now waits for action from Governor Carney. Also new this morning, Delaware House of Representatives passing a bill surrounding open containers. Representative Brian Shoup is a co-sponsor of this bill. House Bill 119 would ban open containers of alcoholic beverages in motor vehicles. Anyone in violation of the potential law would receive a civil penalty. However, that violation would not appear on that person's driving record. House Bill 119 now heads to the Senate. Dewey Beach Police made 2 arrests after a driver almost hit police officers and pedestrians. According to police, it was over the weekend. A car was speeding, turned onto Dagsworthy Avenue. That car came within just feet of 2 Dewey Beach police officers and almost hitting them and pedestrians. The man you see on your screen is 23-year-old Zachary Paris. He was arrested for driving while intoxicated. Police also found 4 alprazolam tablets, marijuana, $17,000, numerous rubber bands, and other what they call currency packaging materials. The woman, 31-year-old Taylor Chanless, was also charged. We have a lot more news coming up in our next half hour. Meta adding new parental controls to Facebook. The new ways you'll be able to keep your child safe online. And preserving Pemberton Forest. The move from the Nature Conservancy after a purchase of more land near Route 16. That's up next. Stay with us.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva.
We salute Reed Bundeck. Reed Bundeck is a third-generation firefighter who has been in the fire service for 17 years of his life. He is currently an active fireman at the Little Creek Volunteer Fire Company, where he has served for about 4 years. Having watched his grandfather and father become the men they are today, Michael Reed Bundeck will be following in their footsteps.
If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, get a taste of award-winning barbecue from the new Downtown Blues. And we explore the world of Delmarva Sports Network. Plus, dive into the vibrant world of the upcoming Barbie movie. Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
The latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Download the WRDE News app on your Apple or Android devices. Just search WRDE Coast TV. The WRDE Coast TV News app. Coverage you can count on.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view, soaring over the shore on WRDE Coast TV News. Brought to you by Morse Roofing and Siding.
If you're experiencing ringing, humming, or buzzing in your ear, you may have tinnitus.
Tinnitus is a condition that can make it hard to understand speech, relax, or sleep.
If you have any of these symptoms, the first step is getting your hearing tested. The audiologist will be able to diagnose your problem and prescribe you devices that can alleviate your symptoms.
Hearing aids like Signias even offer tinnitus programs that can offset tinnitus noises.
To learn more information about Massed Audiology, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Jay Leno.
These French guys are smooth, aren't they? I do declare, Mr. Henry.
And Kevin Eubanks.
But I'll tell you what, Kev's going to give you $100, right, Kev?
Bring their own twist.
Get out of here, really?
No, you get out of here. To a TV classic.
Let's play You Bet Your Life.
If I come home broke, my wife gonna kill me.
It's all fun and games.
Weekdays at 11:30 on WRDE Coast TV. It's baseball season, and the Delmarva Shorebirds is your home for fun. Join 93.5 The Beach for Thirsty Thursdays every week. Plus, don't miss special 102.5 WBOC Maryland Pride Thursdays presented by Spicer Brothers. And don't miss Big Beer Fridays with Big Classic Rock 107.7. It's a summer of fun. Let's play ball.
It's a beautiful start to our Wednesday morning. Here's our dry tech cam from Ocean City, seeing clouds departing to the east. Visibility is pretty good, but it will be a little hazy out there today due to smoke. Now, we have low rip current threat today. UV index is high. The waves around 2 to 4 feet. In Ocean City, you're warming nicely to about 80 later today. Fenwick Island, about 80 for you. And farther up the coast for Lewis, 68 early on to 80 for this afternoon. Make sure you have that stronger SPF and sunscreen. And Rehoboth Beach, close to 80 for you as well. Humidity will be a little lower, but it increases towards the weekend, and so do the shower chances. More in your forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. The Nature Conservancy is expanding a large nature preserve outside of Milton following a recent purchase of 7.5 acres of property near Route 16. Our meteorologist, Alex Seymour, talked to the Nature Conservancy about why this purchase was so important to them.
Hundreds of acres of forest sit inside the little-known Ponders Tract at Pemberton Preserve, a nature preservation just outside of Milton, which is owned by the Nature Conservancy. The Nature Conservancy has recently purchased an additional 7.5 acres that butts up to Route 16 to expand this preservation. A rumor about potential parceling of this property to build new homes spurred the Nature Conservancy to buy this land.
That would have caused some issues for our restoration management and public access if we had to worry about houses going up at the front of the preserve.
Ponders Tract consists of over 900 acres of forest. This land was previously a loblolly pine plantation and is now being slowly transitioned back to native forest land. This process will take decades to complete. Old logging roads have been turned into trails for visitors to see the natural beauty of the area.
These large protected forested areas are super important for migrating wildlife, specifically like neotropical songbirds that are migrating. They utilize these forests while they're traveling spring and fall, as well as numerous other wildlife.
This is just one in a recent string of purchases by nonprofit organizations like the Nature Conservancy and the Sussex County Land Trust to preserve the natural beauty of Sussex County. I'm meteorologist Alex Seymour in Milton, Coast TV News.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studio.
Good morning, sports fans. The Phillies took on the Cubs in the Windy City, looking to start the series with a win. Top of the second inning, it's 1-0 Phillies, and Brandon Marsh is in the box. He takes this pitch deep to right for a solo home run, and it is now a 2-0 game. Phillies, and in the fifth, Marsh would do it again. Goes deep to right with a man on base. A 2-run home run, his second of the game. And in the top fifth, not done yet. 2 men on. Nick Castellanos bloops one to right that will drop in for an RBI single as the Phils would go on to beat the Cubs 5-1. Well, sports fans, episode 10 of Into the Trenches, joining the Y-High Tribe, is quickly approaching. Here's what you have to look forward to in the finale.
Next on Into the Trenches.
Malik is going to Morgan.
They prepared us good. They prepared us real good.
I'm going to get straight to it. Tell you guys the main reason why we're here today.
That'll do it for sports. Till next time, folks.
A lot more people could soon be joining Hollywood picket lines. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
We're SAG-AFTRA strong in solidarity with the WGA.
That solidarity may soon lead to striking together. More than 300 SAG-AFTRA members have signed a letter obtained by Rolling Stone saying they'd rather go on strike than compromise on important issues. Among those who signed the letter, Meryl Streep, Jennifer Lawrence, Rami Malek, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Ben Stiller, and Amy Poehler. SAG-AFTRA's contract with the studios expires Friday. The Writers Guild has been on strike since May 2nd.
We seem to have survived a massive disruption in the flow of time.
Wait, what exactly happened?
Here, look at this.
After a mere 10-year hiatus, Futurama is back. The award-winning animated series returns for more adventures with Fry, Leela, Bender, and the gang when Season 11 of Futurama premieres July 24th on Hulu. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Still to come this morning, new parental controls on Facebook. These features aim to keep kids safe.
And we're seeing a mainly clear start to our day, a little hazy and smoky out there as we are dealing with fire from Canadian wildfires in the next couple of days. I'll track the smoke coming up and have your forecast heading into the weekend and the 4th holiday coming up.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
I can't get enough of your love. I can't get enough of your love.
Delmarva's Classic Rock. Big 107.7.
Calling all local businesses. This fall, it's time to shine at Draper Media's Shore Living Expo, a free event for visitors. Join us Saturday, September 30th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center, presented by Spicer Brothers and Pohanka of Salisbury. Extend your reach, showcase your products, and build relationships that matter. The Shore Living Expo, where you can shine as we celebrate health, wealth, and home. Sign up to be a vendor today. Visit WBOCEvents.com.
All right, ready for this?
Everyone is invited.
Fill your week with Wheel.
It's Sweethearts Week, Veterans Week.
It's Teachers Week.
Fabulous Food Week.
Days packed with fun.
Yeah. Hawaii Week, Teen Week.
Margaritaville.
Restock the margarita bar. Maggie, it's Collage Week.
It's College Week.
It's going to be a big week for everybody.
Weeknights at 7 on WRDE.
It's 5:47 this morning. Take a look at that beautiful live look there of the sun rising over our coast. Brand new day, beautiful way to start a Wednesday. Yeah, still some clouds in the way though. And Bob, some haze probably getting in the way later too, huh?
Yeah, but what a beautiful sunrise shot that was. Good job, guys. Bravo. That was really nice. The clouds are moving away, Paige, and taking the rain and storms with it. And as you mentioned, we do have another round of haze and smoke on the way. This is about the 6th time this year. Another round of the Canadian wildfires, the smoke coming down. Make sure you scan the QR code, lower left part of your screen. That will get you to the WRDE weather app. And there's the air quality warning for today. It's a code orange, so you probably know the drill by now. Stay inside in nice, clean, filtered air. Clouds or radar showing the clouds decreasing now, moving offshore, giving us that beautiful sunrise shot. We have the storms now moving away. It was a noisy and wet night last night. Now, the flow around low pressure is coming out of the north and west, and that is tugging some of that smoke from those Canadian wildfires back into the U.S. again. So our air quality, code orange, unhealthy for some. That means stay inside if you can in the air-conditioned air. Now, the smoke isn't too bad this morning, but then we start getting into this green and kind of goldish color, and that's in the middle of this legend up here as we go into this afternoon. And then that will continue into this evening. But then after that, it looks like the smoky conditions will improve as we go into Thursday and into Friday as well. This bout of smoke not as severe as previous ones. 69 in Georgetown right now, 65 in Milton, 66 Rehoboth, and Selbyville, you're at 65. Winds are calm, but the flow is coming out of the northwest now. So we're going to look at lower humidity today, and the temperatures just a few degrees cooler than they have been. Here's 7 a.m. beginning in the low 70s by noon, 80 in Georgetown and Ellendale, and even nice along the beaches, 70s and 80s. Beautiful day to get in the ocean. 84 in Millsboro this afternoon, 82 in Georgetown. So it will be a tad cooler, and we're looking at a pleasant evening and overnight and into your Thursday morning, a clear start, and looking at a mostly sunny day on Thursday, 85 in Millsboro and Georgetown. A little cooler once again along the beaches as our winds are coming out of the northwest. Once again, the lower humidity and temperatures just a tad cooler and blowing over 20 miles per hour. They turn westerly tonight, still out of the northwest tomorrow afternoon, but then they shift to the south after that, and that will start to bring in that humidity once again. As for a little while, we're in the comfy range Thursday, and then it starts getting into the humid to very humid range by this weekend. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 84 today with the sunshine, up to 87 Thursday. That humidity coming back. Friday 88, and for the weekend, warm to hot. 86 Saturday, a 50% chance of showers and storms, a slightly lower chance Sunday, 90, and then it's still warm into early next week. And we're heading into the 4th with hit and miss showers and storms, but the holiday not looking like a washout.
Meta is adding a new tool for parents to help monitor their teens' activity on social media. The features include controls on Messenger. Now, parents and guardians can see how much time their teens spend on the chat tool and view and receive updates on their contact lists. Another feature nudges teens to step away from Facebook after 20 minutes. Meta is introducing a similar tool to Instagram that suggests teens close the app if they're scrolling too long during late hours. After the break, the FDA advising people keep up to date on a COVID-19 booster, the new strain of the virus they say they're focusing on now.
And here's another look at the beautiful sunrise, courtesy of our tunnel and razor cam. It's going to be a beautiful day, but it will be a little smoky as well. I'll talk about the smoke and your weekend forecast coming up in the 10-day forecast after the break.
We got a fire. This fire has a potential to take out city blocks.
Get it open. We don't know if anyone's in there.
I smell gas.
Oh, my God.
Dear Food Line, thanks for all the food. The food pantry lady says you give them boxes of fresh stuff all the time. My mama and me made the best dinner ever. After I said that to her, she started crying. But my mom said that can happen if you make someone really happy.
Thanks for making her really happy. P.S. Please put in less veggies next time.
Here to fill tables and hearts with hope. Food Lion Feeds. Here for every moment.
Solo Cup Saturday night with me, Jared, Saturdays at 7 on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3.
This show is here. Everybody put your hands together. I gotta talk to you now.
I left work to come.
You left her? They gonna see you. He's with me today. We're lighting up daytime, baby.
And you're gonna bless people every single day.
We're giving back, lifting each other up.
Something hits you in your heart.
We're doing it all. Yeah! Mama coming to the rescue.
Weekdays at 2 on WRDE.
Performing in outer space?
Yes, next July.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, I can't change these plans.
We're stealing in the sun next summer. Heist of a lifetime.
The Olympics.
Come on, you in?
Roman Reigns will defend his title against anyone, anytime. Except next July.
Advisors to the Food and Drug Administration recommended updating the COVID vaccines to target a circulating strain of the virus while pushing for newer vaccines that provide a long-lasting protection. The FDA's Vaccine and Related Biological Products Advisory Committee voted in support of tweaking the shots to target a certain strain, as well as dropping the original coronavirus strain from the formulation. The committee did not, however, make a formal recommendation on which specific strain the updated booster should target. Drug makers need enough time to produce and distribute the new shots, which are expected to be used as early as September as part of a fall booster campaign. It's 5:54 this morning. Time to check in with our coastal pet of the day, brought to you by Maggie's Pet Boutique. Today's pet is His Royal Highness Toby Mason Mitchell the Last. That's his name. He will be, 19 years old on his next birthday? Whoa. He loves Rehoboth Beach and Virginia. Hey, me too. You may also see him sometimes along the Junction and Breakwater Trail. And how patriotic. All right, we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us some photos. Tell us what makes your pet so special. Take a look at your screen. Email us content@WRDE.com. Watch weekdays from 5 to 7 to see the pets we feature, and on Sundays. Check our Facebook page. You'll see the pets for the upcoming week. It's 5:55 now. Bob, I'm still laughing at that pet of the week. That name was so long, and he's so old.
19 years old in dog years, so it's like 100 years old, like people years.
We're less than 10 years apart.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty amazing for sure. Our weather's looking pretty amazing, Paige. Aside from the haze and smoke, you certainly want to be careful. If you do suffer from the respiratory problems, stay inside today. We're looking at mostly sunny to partly sunny skies today. Temperatures warming into the 80s. It will be a tad cooler and a little less humid as well. 84 today. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. 87 on Thursday, mostly sunny. Friday, dry, 88. Then we start to see showers and storms hit and miss into the weekend. 86 Saturday, 90 on Sunday, 91 Monday. We're heading into the 4th right now. A chance of storms, but I think it's going to be more dry than wet on the 4th, 89, and still a little stormy, but feeling like summer after that.
All right, Bob, thank you. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, dredging finally reaches Ocean City. When that project is set to start and how long it's predicted.
The state of two lakes, how you could see an impact by a management plan in your coastal community.